Hello, folks, and welcome to Evanston, Illinois, where the surging Indiana Hoosiers take on the Northwestern Wildcats. I'm Julian Zolenski, your play-by-play announcer for today's 3:30 game, and a game two of a three-game series as the Hoosiers look to take a two-game lead into this Big Ten season against the Wildcats. That one is called a strike. Our home plate umpire, Don Unland, behind the dish for us, along with Mark Hutchinson, our first base umpire, as it's 0-2 here for the shortstop, Philip Glasser, as he leads off for us today. That one's belted foul. Again, Indiana coming off a win last time out. Looked very good. Again, no secret Northwestern has struggled this season, but Glasser, batting .359, has been key leadoff man. And that one's going to be foul tipped back to the mound. It will stay at 0-2. On the mound for the Northwestern Wildcats is Sam Garwal, who will look to lead this pitching staff to a victory here today. Swing, and that one's belted down the left field line, foul. Looking at the weather, about 50 degrees, a little cloudy here on the banks of Lake Michigan. The 0-2. And Glasser bats that one the other way into left field, and that'll be a base hit. A leadoff hit for Philip Glasser as he gets the Hoosiers going here in this first inning. Again, just bats that ball and slaps it the other way, keeps his hands inside. Great contact for the shortstop, and does what the leadoff man is supposed to do here as we get into this first inning. Once again, thank you for joining us. Up next, Bobby Whalen, the center fielder. And that one's popped back behind the screen. And 27 RBIs this season for Whalen. Hitting .277, one home run on the season. The 0-1 will be a pickoff. And it's going to be a balk, as Glasser will be awarded second base there, the first base umpire, Mark Hutchinson. And big mistake there by Garwal. As we move, again, just lifts that pivot foot, and Hutchinson was right on it there. Peter Cerruto batting in the 9 hole, the catcher. 0 for 1 today, as the Indiana Hoosiers find themselves down by 2 here, and they look to claw back in the top of the 8th. Colby Moe on the mound for the Northwestern Wildcats as he drops one in for a strike at 0-2, as Cerruto will need to battle back here. Again, Northwestern trying to even this series at 1 apiece. The 0-2. Cerruto nails that one back to second base. Be a simple throw and simple catch there. Beautiful play by the second baseman, Tony Livermore. Again, up to bat as that one's fouled off. The breaking ball for a strike by Colby Moe. Again, Philip Glasser got something going in the first. Was able to smack a base hit the opposite way, but has been quiet since. Here's Glasser. Bats that one down, and that gets through. Out of the reach of Marginson, and there goes Glasser. Another base hit today. The leadoff man doing what he's supposed to do in these situations. The throwback there by Grable. Again, Ben Grable was taken out here. A tactical decision as Whalen is up to bat for the Hoosiers, the center fielder. There goes Glasser. Chopper back towards the mound, and it's going to be a difficult play. What a pick. Again, Hoosiers want to challenge the play there, Wayland immediately thought he was safe, but what a pick play there by Bennett Markinson, the Northwestern first baseman. It was a tough play. Livermore gets over there. It's over the head of Gable. Yeah, and Glasser is already going to be safe, but Livermore bullets to first, and a great pick play there by Markinson. But we'll have to see what happens in this 8th inning, as it looks like the Hoosiers are going to challenge this call. Now, it doesn't matter about the number. Where does he go, right? Listen, I've always been a hard believer that I thought Juan Soto was going to stay with the Yankees, and I'm still a believer in that. Despite the comments after the World Series loss, him saying that he's available to all 30 teams, I thought that was more of a ploy from his agent Scott Boras to drive that number up a little bit, maybe north of $600 million. But at the end of the day, I think the Rays already called him, which is surprising to say the least. But I think Juan Soto is going to end up with the Yankees. There's going to be a ton of suitors. This is going to take, as you mentioned, a lot more time than people.
It'll take a while
than people think it's going to. But I think that at the end of the day, I think Hal Steinbrenner knows what they have in Juan Soto, and they don't want to give it up. And especially, they don't want to see him go to the Mets or Dodgers, which would just add salt in the wounds. I look at this team, though. I look at, honestly, the most positive, I think, part for Mike Whitson is how much his returning and production has improved. Malik Renew looks very, very smooth. He runs the floor very well. He's efficient with his shooting. And then, as you mentioned, Mackenzie Mbako with a breakout game, 31 points. I mentioned this to you in our pre-meeting. He shoots the ball with insane confidence. He does. He feels like he's the most confident player on Indiana's roster right now. When he lets it fly, he thinks it's going to go in every time, and that confidence, I think, has bred a little bit of improvement into his game.
For basketball, I think these are my easiest two picks. I had LeBron James, the block 3-1 against the Golden State Warriors. Yes, Mike bringing on the call for that one. One of my favorites. Listen, talk about just sheer will. He was all the way back in the corner. He runs down. I don't think Cleveland wins, obviously, if that block isn't made. It solidified LeBron's legacy and made him even bigger than we know today.